Thanks, Dave. It's a good win against a good team that's experienced. You could really tell the maturity of the older guys for them on the floor. Anytime we made a mistake on a screen, it was a 3 in the first half. I thought that those things will help us. But I like the maturity of our guys down the stretch as we came, opened up a lead in the second half. Did good things on both ends of the floor. I would say, got high percentage shots, got to the line, figured out a better way to guard, forced them into some tougher shots, made some threes there late where they caught us once in transition and over-helping on a ball screen. But all in all, I think we've taken a step in the right direction. It's a team that will likely have a really good year in that league. So it's another step for us. Quick turnaround here for App State coming in on Sunday. Another good team, different than what we've seen maybe for the last couple games, but a little bigger. But there's a lot of good things tonight, and we'll build off of that and continue to try to get better. Questions? Mark, go ahead.
Just want to get your thoughts on Max's night and obviously 26 points and what you thought in terms of how he got to that total.
Yeah, I mean he's been putting. He's not going to go 1 for 7 very much or for very long, but he's been putting a lot of time in, working with our coaching staff, cleaning up some things with his shot and just getting more reps. Just shoot, and obviously he was feeling it tonight. Couldn't get him out before he checked the one from 35 feet at the shot clock. He says he's tired, so that's not the time to jack it from 35 feet. But obviously he gets into that rhythm, and he's such a competitor. It was good to see him make some shots. He's put time in with it, and that's how good a shooter he is. So,
Michael.
John Tonje got to the line a lot. I mean, he's obviously aggressive going to the rim, but it's the difference between a guy who's out of control and in control, just the amount of free throw shooting that he's able to do, and the amount of times he's able to get to the line.
he should get there more. If he play off 2 feet more, like he did, the first couple times he went in there and kind of stumbling around off 1 foot, and trying to continue to add the 2 foot plays to his game. And then when he did it, he got fouled right away, and that's part of the game that he needs to improve upon is playing off 2 feet. There's a time when you go off 1 and you get a clear runway to the rim, but there's going to be traffic and bodies there, so his ability to play off 2 and get fouled and draw that contact is a weapon for him, and he's got to continue to get better at it, because that's a really, he shoots the line well, he shoots 3 well, so he's going to have opportunities to attack with how we were able to space the floor with people around him. Just got to continue to get better at finishing like he did after it was the back part of the first half. I thought he got better at playing off 2 feet and got to the line more.
Right in front of you, Coach.
What do you make of your team's ability to frustrate a player like Brandon Walker at times tonight, especially those 3 first half turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, our size, I think the 2 7-footers to a degree, we were rotating on him. I thought bothered him to some degree. We were able to knock a couple balls loose. We fouled a couple times on post digs by not doing it properly, but we were able to send traffic to him or keep him, have traffic around him when he did start to put the ball on the floor. And I know he's a really good passer, so we wanted to make sure once he started to bounce it, then we'll squeeze a little bit, not off of 21 or off of 11 very much. We came off of him once right in front of our bench and came off, kind of got caught in no man's land and gave up a 3. But by and large, I think it was a combination of size and then be able to, have traffic around him when he did try to attack.
Hey Coach, Kamari's been here, this is his 3rd year. How have you seen him grow as a player over that time?
Just the poise and the maturity. I think he's operating on at a very functional speed right now. And 2 years ago, I think he tried to play everything at 1,000 miles an hour. Now he understands the importance of pace and patience, when to pick your spots, when to step on the gas, when not to. So I just think you're seeing the evolution and the maturity of a player that's really done a really good job for us. I mean, he's been a steadying influence. He changes the game with his defense. He changes his game with the pace he comes with the ball. I just think the decisions and the conscious effort to read and feel the flow of the game, when you can go fast and when you can't. He didn't understand that 2 years ago, and it's taken, you know, time for him to learn that and get a good feel, and he's obviously figured out a lot of good things.
Nick?
Yeah, Greg, 6 players with at least 6 tonight, 4 in double figures, you know, scoring wise. Just how beneficial can it be, not only to have obviously that many options scoring, but even studying the offense a little bit? I felt like different guys did that. So.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of guys that can do different things, and you know, there's even some guys I'd like to get more run with Amos and Hilbert. You know, Janicki. I just went with experience, just with having a guard what they were running. You could tell anytime there was a mistake. And usually, younger, inexperienced players, you know, have a tendency to get caught on some of those things. I think any three threes in the first half, whenever we made a mistake, they banged it home. So, but the offensive standpoint, I mean, we were really, for the most part, really efficient. I think I was told on the way up here, 75 of our 79 points were either at the rim twos, free throws, or threes. So we're still trying to figure out the 4 other points. We think Tanjay took one from the baseline. Did we come up with the other one? So that's what we want. From an analytical standpoint, you want things at the rim, dunks, layups, post moves, those things, free throws, and then good threes. You know, and I would say all of them are, you know, Klesmit, he checked a couple, Tanjay. You know, some of those guys that shoot pretty well, I give them a little bit of a green light, but that's analytically, I mean, if you're gonna, that's what you want, is trying to minimize longer twos, tougher jump shots.
Michael?
You mentioned this with Kamari, but how much more sure of himself, and you know, how better are the decisions with Carter, especially on the offensive side of the ball?
Gilmore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gilly just gives us such a steadying, and I know he's taken a lot of shit over his career here, but it's quite frankly unwarranted, because if you have any idea what you're looking at, you can see that he really anchors us defensively. He covers up a lot of stuff. He's really good in the ball screens when we played him at the 5 tonight. You know, and he's driving it, hitting. I think he hit Blackwell in the corner for a 3 late in the clock. So just you know, he's just a ball player. You know, and play him at various positions. Played him at the 3 a lot during the preseason in practice. I don't think that's natural for him, but he covers up mistakes defensively of other guys. You know, Tyler Wall did that. They're different, but he has such a good feel for the game and talks the game the right way, and the things he's talking about and asking about are, you know, he's seeing it and talking like a coach in terms of, you know, he sees things a little further ahead than maybe what most players do in college, and he's been able to, you know, play within his strengths and not get outside of his strengths. So he's very valuable because he's smart, he's tough, and we can exchange things with him. He covers up mistakes. He knows what we're doing. He really is a good leader from a voice standpoint because he knows what he's doing, so he can tell other people what to do. So yeah, he's kind of an unsung important piece to this group.
Mark, you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to you kind of spoke about the free throws before with Tanjay, but in the first 2 games, I think it's 36. You've been to the line a lot in the first couple games, and I guess I'm just wondering in terms, obviously there's a value to that, but what's kind of, besides being aggressive, is there a common thread to what you're seeing in terms of why guys have been able to draw fouls and things of that sort?
Well, I think part of it, Mark, is just offense. If we can spread people out, they have to guard us at the 3-point line because we have a lot of shooters on the floor. And then we're putting pressure on the rim with either some of the cutting we do, the ball screen, the bigs are on the rim, coming at you from different angles, wings, top. You know, we're slide screening some things with different guys. And then so our ability to get downhill, Tanjay, Blackwell, Klesmit can do that. Obviously McGee gets there too. And then you're good old fashioned just roll it into the post, right? You throw it into Steve or throw it into Nolan. We didn't do as much tonight because they were switching so much stuff and gumming things up, so we had to really move them and then make a play, but, and get them more in transition before they could set and switch everything, so. It's a combination, and I think when we were able to shoot threes and knock those down, it forces people to come out. And the spacing has been good. That's something we've been conscious of, and really making sure our spacing is appropriate and we're wide and you gotta share the ball. You gotta move it and attack it and get them in closeouts and attack when they are to close out and then be unselfish. And this group is doing a good job of picking that stuff up.
In the corner.
Coach, you just speak about the impact of the Twin Towers of Stephen Crowell and Nolan Winter. Nolan led the team in rebounds today.
Yeah.
And Steve was impactful with his assist with 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard game for them to play in this one because of all the moving parts, and at times, if 7 wasn't in the game, it became 4 guards at times, so it's a little harder matchup for Nolan, but I think they did a good job on Walker. I believe that's his name, right? Big guy, yeah, Walker. I mean, hold him 3 for 8. I think the size was important on him. But those 2 guys, Nolan's confidence just keeps growing day by day. He's getting better, and coaches are doing a good job with him, and he's receptive and he's competitive. That's the thing I've noticed about him way back when we started recruiting him. He's got an edge to him. He's got a little nasty to him, which is good. Steve needs to have more of it. Steve's gotten some of it. Steve needs to get more of it, but it's a good combination. And then obviously I can mix and match them around, put Nolan at the 5 with those other guys. So I think Steve and Nolan like being on the floor together. I think they both pass it really well and look for each other. Probably get even more high-low stuff and big-to-big stuff. But yeah, they're 2 guys. It's been fun to watch their evolution and how them together on the floor has evolved just through the summer and into the fall.
Right up front here, Coach.
Sticking with Steve, he hasn't had the best offensive stats to start the year. Do you think that there are ways that he could get more into an offensive rhythm, and if so, what are the ways?
Well, he's getting a lot of attention. We got him early on a high-low first play of the game. With them sending so much traffic at him, doubling him from the backside. 4 assists. To see what his turnovers were. Some of them maybe weren't his fault on the passes that were thrown to him, but I want him to be more aggressive. But he is such a willing passer. Sometimes too willing. I want him. I like the unselfishness, but I've said for a year, so I'd like to have him be more selfish. But he takes what the defense gives, and he draws a lot of attention in there. And every team we've played so far has sent some type of help or double team at him, and then you have to have other guys step up and make plays, and he does a good job of finding people around that and continue to help him get him the ball from different ways. So we can pick on the double team a little bit more, and even before it gets there. So, except the unselfishness of him is obviously, I think, his calling card and his willingness and ability to pass it is really good. Anything else?
Any more questions?
All good? All right, thank you.
Thank you.